chases forward and into the trunk of the 99. Crazy situation as we start to see the start to stage 2. Looks very odd. All those single file cars at the back of the field are under penalty because they topped off. An extra trip down pit road means they have to start at the back. 15 cars, Diff. 15 cars decided to come down and get a little extra fuel.
What an opening stage that was. The most lead changes in the first 35 laps here at Daytona in 13 years. It was cool. And the defending race winner, Chris Buescher, is on that low line in the 5th, 3rd Ford for RFK. And he wants to confirm his spot in the playoffs. He wants to go to Darlington with more peace of mind. But look at the Penske teammates pushing each other. Austin Cindric helping Joey Logano, and Josh Berry, the winner of stage 1, slots in behind them.
Austin Cindric is a very good super speedway racer. Won the Daytona 500 a few years ago. Pushing teammate Joey Logano.
As they build the speed, let's go back to the pits. Marty's with Daniel Suarez.
Yeah, let's grab him, and thankfully he's okay. So, Daniel, what were you feeling inside the car? I've never seen anything like that.
It's the first time as well for me, man. It was a very weird feeling because I don't run a rear view mirror anymore. I only run my rear view camera, and the camera is mounted in the rear bumper. I can feel heat in my back, but I cannot see it. So I was trying to go fast to turn it to try to calm down the fire. But by the time I got here, I can feel a lot of heat, and when I stop, I can feel a lot of. I can see the fire here. So very unfortunate. Honestly, after seeing the replay, I don't know what we could have done better. I mean, every single time that we pit, we drop a little bit of fuel. It was just a bad situation there between the 11 and the 21. I couldn't move, and the fire just caught in the fuel, and I was right there, and it caught in in the back of my car where the fuel cell is, and it was just a bad deal.
Yeah, just glad to see that Daniel is okay. They are indeed done for the evening, Diff.
And just to reiterate something that Suarez told Marty was that I don't run the rear view mirror anymore. I just have the rear-facing camera, so I couldn't actually see what was going on. Some have both, some just have one. And NASCAR has informed us, Jeff, that Suarez and the 99 team can rejoin the race if they choose to.
Yeah, so basically the DVP, damaged vehicle policy, if you're in an accident, you can't go to the garage and make repairs. This very unique circumstances. There was no damage, there was no accident, so it's really a mechanical, if you can believe it. But according to Marty, they're done for the day. I would believe with that much fire, maybe the damage is just too much
yeah,
to safely return the car. You know, with the win on the season as a crew chief, Lee, it's not about points for me. I want to keep my drivers safe. I would know. We've talked about how crazy these races can be.
Well, this race continues to be crazy. You can see the battle 3 wide. Bottom lane, Buescher leading it. Bubba Wallace trying to push him. Chastain trying to make that middle work in that one car, that blue one car. Bubba Wallace, an aggressive move to the middle to try to lead that line.
And for the longest time in stage 1, Bubba Wallace in that 2311 Toyota was outside the top 10. He very carefully and methodically worked his way forward towards the end of stage 1 to get some better position, put himself in a good spot, and then now look at him go here at the front of this field.
And if what these drivers have been asked to do for the first 35 laps wasn't crazy enough, now in this stage, the strategy is to save as much fuel as possible. So on the green flag pit stop, you're there the least. You don't want to be in your pit box any longer than you need to. So we're going to see this great racing continue, but now the drivers are trying to manage throttles, manage speed, manage fuel, all while trying to keep track position.
I can do one. I can save fuel. I can't save fuel and go fast. That's an art to being able to do that. Position your car, use that draft to your advantage. That way you don't have to be in the throttle quite as much.
And this is the beautiful blend that we've got at the front, and it's going to go on seemingly all race long with those who are and those who aren't already locked in. As Wallace goes to that low line to protect a little bit just in front of Chris Buescher, then comes back. Buescher's got comfort in the thought and support of his teammate Brad Keselowski right behind, and the Penske teammates are working together still on that high line.
Hey, Stevie, riddle me this. You're talking fuel strategy. You're up there, you're up front, you're saving fuel. How far back can you be and have it play out on the pit stop?
You know, Jimmy, that's a great question. This is a new phenomenon. I've studied all the races, and it looks to me that the sweet spot is like 10th to 16th. If you can be somewhere just outside the top 10, you can stay close enough to the leaders that the 0.6 of a second, 0.8 of a second you gain on pit road results in track position. If you get behind 16th or 18th, even though you saved a tremendous amount of fuel, you can't shorten the pit stop enough. So, unfortunately, though, Diff, that's where 16th is. It's about row 5 in the middle. So, you know, great for fuel savings, not so good for a safe ride.
Pretty good run from Daniel Hemrick as well. He's up 21 positions. He's the second car on that low line, that multicolored 31. This is a really promising run.
Look at the shove by Joey Logano. When you talk about not handling well, this is the moment. It's like turbo. The 23's going into turn 3 now, 5-6 miles an hour faster than he does all day. That's when your car has to still handle well, Jeff.
Yeah, when you're right, and the car always seems to get loose getting into turn 3 with that added speed.
And look who's arrived on the scene as Chase Briscoe is at the front. Look who's arrived on the scene on that low line, 4 cars back, number 7. Corey LaJoie for Spire. He's there. Let's take a ride with him thanks to Celsius. He gave us that really scary moment last week in Michigan. It'll be on the highlight reels forever. And this guy, it's all or nothing. Steve, you mentioned it right at the top of the show. Those drivers who have got nothing to lose, he's one of them.
Yeah, no ride at Spire next year. The news has been announced. He's not returning. No other further information, so we don't know where he's going to drive. But one thing that's for sure, winning fixes everything top to bottom. And for the 7 and Corey LaJoie, a great run would add to his resume for any prospective team looking at him.
Let's talk more about the 7. Here's Parker.
Right, guys, you mentioned he's sort of in that win position to want to win. That's the only thing that really changed his future right now. And I asked him about that earlier today, and he said, there's a lot of desperate guys out here in this field, and I am one of them. I will do whatever it takes to find myself in a position to win this race.
Take a look at some progressive telemetry, riding along with John Hunter Nemechek. Talk about saving fuel. Look at what he's doing. He's not even full throttle. If he was full throttle, that graph, the green, would be all the way to the right. So how can you run partial throttle and still run almost 190 miles per hour? All of those cars in front of him, they're creating a massive wake. There's a hole in the air. And they're just pulling him along. The car behind him is pushing him along. It's air.
And everybody said, well, how much are you really saving? So I put it to the test. How far can you go? The survey in the garage, 42, maybe 43 laps leading. I said, well, all right, middle of the pack, how far can you go? 50, 51, maybe 52 laps. That's 20 to 25 miles further. That is an unbelievable gain. And when you look at that, say that's a gallon and a half, 2 gallons, 2.5 gallons, that can be over a second on a pit stop, which are already going to be very quick under green.
It is an art to being able to make that pace and still save fuel.
And John Hunter Nemechek will be running on happy memories from this year's Daytona 500, where he finished in the top 10 in 7th. Bubba Wallace leads.
As the leaves turn and the air cools, we remember why we hunt. It's about the stories, the memories, the traditions passed down from generation to generation. And at Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, we're here to help you make every moment count. Stock up for your next adventure during the Fall Hunting Classic, our biggest sale of the year. Our friendly, knowledgeable outfitters will help you find the right products for your next hunt. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, voted America's best outdoor retailer.
I'm out here telling people about the new Experian Insurance Marketplace. Experian will shop with over 40 top providers to find you a really great rate.
That sounds amazing.
And on average, you could save over $800.
I'm ready to save over $800.
Start now at Experian.com/car.
Reputations are earned. They're built with hard work, time, and consistency. They're respected. Trusted. I'm just a traveler on this earth. They're real, and they're rare. Introducing Traveler Whiskey, the result of reputation.
There There is nothing like a Wendy's Frosty. It's cool. It's creamy. It's only $1 right now. Wait, what? The one and only Frosty is $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
With so much great entertainment out there, wouldn't it be easier if you could find what you want all in one place?
My favorites.
Hey, I'm Shania Twain. I'm hosting the biggest night in country music. All of your favorite artists chosen by you. Man, I feel like a host.
The People's Choice Country Awards live Thursday, September 26th on NBC and Peacock.
I can't believe Daddy never told me I have a half-sister. He always said family is the most important thing.
Maybe that's why he started 2 of them.
We have a bar? No, I have a bar.
Oh, boy.
Drinks are on the house. No, they're not.
I always wanted a big sister, even if she is old enough to be my mom.
This is Tennessee. I'm old enough to be your great-grandma.
Happy's Place, this fall on NBC and Peacock.
Quick reminder to download the official app of NASCAR and follow the action with free live scoring, in-car camera and radio broadcast, and upgrade to premium for full access to driver audio channels and completely ads-free experience. Search NASCAR in your app store, download and start a free trial. Bubba Wallace from 2311 leads the way, and he's a lone Toyota in a sea of Fords and a couple of Chevys, but he's out there doing it well from Chris Buescher, the defending race winner here of the Coke Zero Sugar 400. Joey Logano comes up on his outside, but for Buescher, he's trying to confirm his spot in the playoffs. So too is Bubba Wallace, and he's getting a big old push from his teammate Brad Keselowski.
Wow, this is going on in the front. Look about 15 rows to the back. The 7 car, white car with the black roof on the bottom. Corey LaJoie, he went to the bottom. In a lap and a half, he has gained a ton of track position. He's making it work.
As you've seen in our coverage this year, we go embedded with a couple of teams, and let's join Kim Kuhn. And which team are you with this week, Kim?
I am with the 3 of Austin Dillon Lee, and Gasman Tyler Rader has been a part of Austin Dillon's success, winning the Xfinity Series Championship in 2013 and a Daytona 500 victory in 2018, but a chance visit to RCR in 2018 by a Special Forces member would put Tyler's NASCAR career on hold. That Special Forces member told the pit crew they wouldn't be able to handle the military training. So Tyler said that lit a fire under his butt. He felt like everyone should serve in some capacity and needed to answer the call. In 2019, Tyler left the team to serve as a fire team leader in the 75th Ranger Regiment of the U.S. Army. After finishing his service, the 3-team welcomed him back with open arms. This year's Daytona 500 marked his return to pit road for the first time in 5 years, and Marty, now a copy of the Ranger Creed stays permanently in Tyler's wallet.
Kim, Tab Boyd is the spotter for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. They won a Daytona 500 together, but Tab Boyd is not the star in the Boyd household. No, that belongs to young 10-year-old Bentley Boyd, who is, get this, ranked 3rd in the country in American Ninja Warrior competition and 7th in the world. Tab told me his biggest contribution to all this is building their obstacle course in their backyard, which takes up pretty much the entire backyard. There you can see that all hand-built by Tab. And yes, he does plan on being an American Ninja Warrior once he turns 15, when you can be on television right here on NBC Diff. I'm not sure there are many 10-year-olds in the world that are more in shape than adults, but I bet Bentley Boyd is, Lee.
Well, Matt Eisman, one of the hosts of American Ninja Warrior, is a good mate of mine, so I'll tell Matt about that. Keep an eye out for Tab and the family. Good stuff.
I'm feeling kind of bad about the stuff I built for my kids.
Not the swing set.
That was next level.
With thanks to Little Bites, Biggie Muffins. This is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. What a win would do for him tonight. Incredible. And he fits into that category. Oh, and here we go. Chastain's involved. Noah Gragson, Eric Jones, Kyle Larson.
Such a calm point in the race. It was too wide or single file, and all of a sudden chaos.
We're still rolling. We're still rolling, but we got damage. Bring it right.
Look at Noah Gragson. Bowman's involved. Truex gets going again. Ty Gibbs in the 54. And Corey LaJoie, who was having such a great run.
He's stuck. All the tires are down.
Hamlin. Bad week for the 11. The points penalty and now an accident early. Let's see what happens, Jeff.
Oh, Noah. No, I don't know if Noah's getting pushed and lost control. Then he goes to the left. That's what it looked like to me. He just immediately shot to the left. Here you go, being a big pushback from Corey right here. Shoves him to the left. He has to correct it. Then he comes back across the racetrack in front of Corey. And that's what we talked about earlier. You can push and you can shove, but when you don't do it correctly and you get it wrong just by a little bit, you mistime it, this is what happens. Here you go. Watch the 7, the 10, the 1. The 10 is against the 1. The 7 starts pushing him. There's nowhere for the 10 to go.
There was about 10 cars involved in that as we are midway through stage 2, and it's happened.